So today I want to talk to you about how you can use trusts to keep your teenage children or adult ones from blowing their inheritance. Now, I'm not suggesting for a moment that you have wayward children, but let's imagine for a moment you know somebody that does. Everyone that has some degree of wealth and challenging children, let's say, would do something about it if they could. Wouldn't you agree? Well, let me tell you a story that may help alleviate at least part of the problems and those concerns. Imagine a family has two teenage children, a boy and a girl, the perfect family. Number one child is superb, the model child. They're doing brilliant at school, hope to go to university to study medicine. So far so good. Mum is so proud and tells everyone how good things are. Child number two is a different child altogether and is struggling with behavioural issues, in and out of school, is unsure what to do when GCSEs are finished, a worry that every parent of teenagers would have. So even A-levels may be a questionable subject and university just isn't going to happen. What a dilemma. So let's assume for a moment that you have a total net worth of, say, £2 million, including your family home, which is debt-free, and you have good pensions, and you may have strong income in retirement and personal investment portfolio of, say, £300,000. So if it was me not knuckling down and building the bedrock of a good career, I know what my parents would have said. You're getting nothing. But reality is not quite that simple, unless of course you intend to blow the lot yourself. For most of us, we'd prefer that our children only receive money once they leave school and go into work or university. You may also be thinking, how do I protect the value of my life's work from being taxed on my death at 40%? It's what I call the inheritance tax conundrum. So what could you consider doing about this? The first thing that you could do is invest some of your investments in an offshore investment bond. And most importantly, you put the policy into a discretionary trust with the legal ownership passing to the professional trustees. A letter of wishes instructs the trustees to divide the capital between your children according to your personal circumstances and, importantly, their personal milestones. When child number one starts university, they'll be given, say, £10,000 each September of each year in which they're still studying. This will help them cover their living costs while they're there. They will also receive funds for as long as they remain in higher education. I see this as a powerful incentive to work. Additionally, at the discretion of the trustees, the children will be given £10,000 when they begin their first full-time job. £10,000 and further funds could be distributed as and when they reach additional milestones. For example, if child number two does get their act together and they start a full-time apprenticeship, the trust could help them out. Apprenticeship salaries are usually quite low, so the added money could provide a real incentive to persevere. The trustees could assign segments of the investment equivalent to the value specified above to the individual beneficiaries. This means when the segments are encashed, they could be taxed at individuals' beneficiaries' own tax rate, meaning more of the money is available for the children's expenses. While they're studying or in the early stages of a career, the additional capital, the additional money, would allow them to make use of their tax-free personal allowance. You can also give the trustees guidance that should any of their children face serious financial hardship, they would be able to award funds from the trust even if they were not working or studying. Not only that, you could instruct the trustees to use their discretion to distribute up to, say, £50,000 each to the beneficiaries as a lump sum to use for a future mortgage or deposit on a home. What I like about this strategy as much as anything else is how it can potentially help with inheritance tax. If you make a gift into a trust up to the current nil rate band of £325,000 and survive 7 years, the residual value of the trust will be entirely outside of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. And what I really like about it, though, is that the distribution of the trust fund can be made to your children within your control. Can you imagine what might happen if you gifted the money to them outright? I know what I was like when I was 18. How would I have behaved with £50,000? Well, I would imagine there'd be nothing left by the time I was 20. So as you can see from my simple example, a simple investment combined with a trust can be very effective. Furthermore, as I said in my headline at the beginning of this video, this strategy could be put to great use with older offspring that are perhaps not meeting expectations. And I'll leave you with one final comment from my late father, and it goes something like this. Your children will never spend your money as you see fit, so be careful how you give it to them. To make sure you don't make mistakes, of course, it's advisable to seek professional advice from a financial advisor. So my name is Martin Dodd, and I look forward to talking to you again on my next video. See you soon.